Hey there, YouTubers and collectors. This is Salvador Los Angeles with my personal video review of Marvel Select Rhino figure. There's some artwork there. It says on the front, Special Collector Edition action figure with highly detailed base. Well, that's interesting. I don't even see the base in there. Must be hidden. There he is on the side. Some very nice artwork. I don't know who the artist is who did that. Nice picture of Rhino. Be on the lookout for Nightcrawler. I know these just came out recently. And Storm. Proof of purchase, Diamond Select Toys, Marvel, Comic Shop, Locator Service, 0 to 3, not allowed. Alexei Sistovich was just a low-level thug when he was offered enhanced strength, speed, stamina, and the near-indestructible Rhino armor by enemies of the United States. His attempts to capture military and scientific secrets for his masters put him in direct conflict with the Hulk and Spider-Man, and he would repeatedly clash with both heroes over the years. In that time, he has upgraded his suit numerous times, boosted his strength with gamma radiation, and even teamed up with other supervillains as part of the Emissaries of Evil, the Sinister Six, and the Sinister Syndicate. Despite a short period where he gave up crime, assisting the Punisher, and even stopping the new Rhino, Sistovich still holds a grudge against Spider-Man and seems to have returned to his felonious ways. Buddy Salvador Los Angeles, reviewing Marvel Select Rhino. Thank you for watching. Marvel Select Rhino comes with this little fold-out here, Marvel licensed product featuring various Marvel characters. You unfold it, and it gives you some of the other characters in the Marvel Select line. There's Rhino right there. And it has a little questionnaire that you fill out, answer a few questions. The first thing I will ask them is, where is the base? Because I don't know if I'm missing something or what, but there's no base. This did not come with a base, as promised. Not that I care, but I mean, you told me on the box there was a base. Mini mates there. And there we are, and here he is, folks. Rhino. Yeah, just wanted to show also the box here. Nice artwork there on the inside of the box. Real nice. We can get rid of that. You know what? I got to tell you, I love Hulk. Hulk is my favorite. I love Flash. But I got to tell you, this is the best Marvel Select figure I own. Okay, I'm not going to say it's the best one because I don't think I have all of them, nor have I seen all of them. But this is the best Marvel Select figure that I own. Just the paint, I mean the color, the detail. He actually does. It doesn't look like a man wearing a Rhino suit. He looks like a Rhino who happens to have a man face and a man's body. That if you plan to have him in a running pose, you may be sorely disappointed. But other than that, his articulation is beautiful for poses like this, as you can see. So why don't we go ahead and get started on that. Let's look at his articulation. He can go this way. He can go this way. He can look up a little. Man, you know, he can't really go up too much or down too much. Really, it's all about a side to side and back and forth, really, is what you get. Rotation on the shoulder and up and down. Both sides are the same. Left elbow hinge and swivel. And wrist swivel. No hinge at all. He's got that ab crunch waist. And I'll tell you, normally I do not like this. I just think it's very unsightly. But on this figure, I think it's totally fine. So a lot of movement there. Can spin all the way around. Not to mention, he's got a lot of give. Look at that, a lot of give. You can go that way. Yeah, there we go. Not so much front to back, but definitely a lot in the left to right. Now, here's where you'll be disappointed. If you want to have him in a running stance, it's just not really going to happen. He can't really do any splits. He can do a little bit of a split out, but he cannot really do a front to back split, which you would need if you were going to have him in some sort of running pose. So this might be about as good as you can get as something like this, as far as some sort of running action. That might be about the best you're going to be able to do, which looks sort of odd. Full rotation at the hip, again out to the side, not so much front to back. He's got the knee single hinge at the knee. And then he's got a hinge at the ankle there. A lot of movement there. He does not rotate, but he does a little bit of pivoting. Yeah, actually a fair amount of pivoting. Oh, wait, can you turn it around? Yeah, okay, so you can. You can actually turn his foot all the way around. So if you do a little bit of a pivot and then you turn it, you can make it. I'm not going to force it, but I think you can make it all the way around. And then he has holes in the bottom of his wide feet. If they would have put some sort of footprint here, or whatever would be comic book accurate or upcoming movie accurate for the bottom of his feet, I would have loved it. Look at that face. Nice looking face. Look at that rhino eyeball. I mean, that looks real. And look at these tusks. Would they be tusks or horns? Beautiful detail here. I mean, they look real. And folks, I got to tell you, I am acquainted with someone who is a big game hunter and has big game animals in their home. And this is what tusks look like. Beautiful job. Look at that eye again. I mean, again, if you just cover the face, it looks like a rhino. Look at that wrinkly skin there. Tremendous detail on this figure, especially for a comic book figure. I mean, this is NECA style detail. Look at that back. Again, it looks like rhino skin. Rhino's butt. Look at that plate. Look at that plate there. Look at that nice detail. Look at that. Beautiful detail. I mean, I would not expect this much, this much beauty on a Marvel Select figure. I just wouldn't. And look at those toes. Looks like they've been banged up a little bit, used and abused a little bit. Look at that compared to my nail. This looks more like a real nail than my nail. Real nice looking heavy duty fist. These fists can compete with Hulk. Powerful fists. Look, this review is in 3D. Look at those pecs. Powerful. Abs. If this figure had the ability to go into a nice running stance, if it had some bottoms here, this figure is perfect. And again, I'm not even a big Rhino fan. I remember Rhino when I was a kid. I used to watch the old Spider-Man cartoon. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Anybody remember that? And Rhino was a character, and I do remember Rhino. I never really even knew, though, as a kid, if he was like a half man, half rhino. I didn't realize until later that he's actually a man in a rhino costume. Rhino suit. So again, I was going to pass. I was going to easily pass on Rhino. I thought he was sort of a silly character. But when I saw this figure at the local comic book shop, whoa. That's what I said. I said, whoa. There was only 2 left, and I snagged one. I mean, this figure is a thing of beauty. And you know what? He feels heavy duty. This figure is a heavy duty figure. How heavy, you ask? Rhino is a very impressive 20.60 ounces. In pounds, that is 1.29 pounds. This is a heavy-duty figure. How tall is Rhino? Well, if you go to the tip of the horn, he's a little over 9 inches. And just the top of the head, he's about 8 3/4 inches. And do you want to see what Rhino looks like next to Spider-Man? Let's check it out. Here's Rhino next to Marvel Select Spider-Man. You can see that height difference. Forgive me, my Spider-Man's a bit dusty. I actually have Spider-Man sitting on top of my smoke detector. See if we can try a couple of poses for the hell of it. Now you know why I don't pose figures. I'm trying to have him attempting to body slam Spider-Man, but instead he looks like he's holding him as a child would be held while going with his father to the fair. Well, this one's kind of interesting. Oh, poor Spidey. Look out, Hulk. Rhino's sneaking up behind you. It's a good shot right there. Rhino versus Hulk. This has been Salvador Los Angeles with my review of Marvel Select Rhino figure. Very self-indulgent of me to review this figure. I just really fell in love with it and wanted to show it off. My pleasure to own it. A beautiful figure. I also didn't mention there's sort of a glistening look to it, almost as though there's tiny glitter all over it. So even though he looks rough and tough, a little bit sexy. And I thank you for watching. Now there's a nice one.